lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful art. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely.
National waters, and they were just doing a peaceful protest, and now they're being held already for 2 months in Moermans in prison.
So what can you do about it?
Are you filming? For what are you filming?
The question is, what can you do about it?
Oh, what can you do about it? Well, for the moment, I think putting pressure on governments, on the Russian embassy, making sure that they're not forgotten, that they keep it alive in the media, and that's why we.
Can't you just take them out of prison?
Now we hope that by putting pressure on Russia and on other countries, that they will drop the charges in the end.
You cannot rescue them.
No, we can't rescue them. Unfortunately, we're not a state. That would bring difficult issues of sovereignty. And we have our hopes for the international tribunal on the seas.
But what does it help when many people go on a picture or not?
Well, of course, that's only a small part. But if you have many small parts together, you can maybe create a big part. And have a big impact. Because of course, just one picture, what we ask for people is not much. But if we get many people to do that...
What does it help when everyone goes on a picture? It doesn't really help, does it?
No, well, the picture in itself does not really help. But by having people having their picture taken, sharing it on Facebook, you make sure that people learn about it, like I'm telling you now, about that it happened. So that's already one thing. And also that people don't forget it. It's not about that they will not all of a sudden get the people out of prison, but
actually Amnesty International does it every day.
What?
Amnesty International does it every day to keep the attention to the prisoners who are in prison who shouldn't be in prison.
Yeah. Well.
So actually, Greenpeace now has a second task, and it should care for environment, but.
Well, we care for the environment, but if our activists are in prison, then we have a harder time of to care for the environment.
So why isn't Amnesty International on it?
Because
Amnesty International is a big organization.
Yeah, I'm very well aware of that. I'm not sure. I'm not really into the details of.
Why can't they just take them out within a day? It's a simple question. Why can't they just take them out within a day?
What do you mean? Like take them out with force or
out of prison? Because they are in prison, but you say they are not really guilty of things.
Yeah.
Because they didn't.
Well, so the thing is, we have to await the ruling, the final ruling by the Russian court. But what we now try to do is try to bring it under the attention of people and saying what happened and that they were just doing a peaceful protest. And then, of course, we have to wait for it takes time and we have to wait for the ruling by the court.
Yeah.
And we hope that by putting pressure on embassies and the government...
But do you really believe that my signature or any signature for someone here in Amsterdam would make a change? Because actually I won't believe in a signature or a photo.
I very much agree with you that it's just a very small part. And
I really think that doesn't change anything.
That it doesn't change anything too. I agree with you that
it keeps up the awareness, but it doesn't change the situation.
No, but that's why you don't only do this.
You should have stronger measures.
Stronger measures, yeah. But we have to move within our capabilities and what we.
So I heard about that the Russians don't even come up when it's trial in
Hamburg. In Hamburg.
So what is the issue? That they don't even recognize the thing that is happening.
No.
They say we are our own state and we don't argue about it, so we make a decision and you can do nothing about it. And Amnesty International does nothing about it, for instance, because they go there, but a few pictures doesn't change it.
No, I definitely agree with you that a few pictures is not.
Even a billion pictures don't change it.
No, well, but if you would have a billion pictures, that means you would have a billion people who know at least that they are in prison and who might be willing to help us to put pressure on governments. And it's true, we can only do very little, and that's
shouldn't you be with like thousands of people there protesting again?
In Moermans.
Yeah, and protesting again and again and again.
That would also be.
Isn't that the same fact what happened in China? That the guy stand in front of a tanker,
Oh yeah.
He keeps standing there, and he keeps standing there, and until someone dies
But
or...
for example, that's already difficult because in Russia there's a one-man protest because if you're with more, then you will get arrested. So that's already a difficult thing to do, to go with many people. For example, if you're not from Russia, you will need a Russian visa to gain entry. That's also. But I definitely agree with you. Of course, the signature is very, very small. You have all those petitions on Facebook. You think, what's ever going to come of it? So
I cannot imagine that someone has to stay 60 days in prison just because of this fact, and then it means that the right steps aren't taken. Because if someone in the Netherlands is more than 2 or 3 days in prison, then it would be a big issue if he would be innocent. And now there are 60 days, or what is it, 70 days in prison. So there should be stronger measurements.
Yeah, but who should take those measurements? We can't take measurements.
I thought you are 1 million members already. In Greenpeace worldwide, I think you are more than 1 million members.
Yeah.
So there's enough money to arrange a lot of things. You have boats, you have big things, but you should go again with the boat. I think you should make a stand and we just go again and again.
Yeah.
I think you should say, hey, if we are stopped once, then we should go twice and the third time and the fourth time, and we should find more heroes to do this, because it doesn't change anything by making pictures of it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good follow-up. Of course, things take a lot of time. Well, we do have to wait the court ruling, and if they say they are guilty,
but the Dutch government doesn't help. Not really.
Oh, of course.
And they have like they have like 2,000 military people there. You know that there are 2,000 military people in Russia or more.
Military,
yeah.
Dutch military. All right.
So if the Dutch government would to make a stand, even the king doesn't say anything about Greenpeace. Yeah. He shakes a hand to Putin and he says, "Hi, nice to be friends. Yeah, let's be friends on Facebook." Yeah. It doesn't make a change.
No, no.
Actually, it's bad politics. But I think you're doing good because you're doing something. That's very strong. You're doing something. Better to do something than to do nothing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to explain with the signature.
But would you be unafraid to go there, or would you be afraid to go there?
To Russia?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's something I would have to spend more time thinking about that.
You know that you can go in prison.
Yeah.
If you go there with a green jacket, you would go in prison probably, because you're already making a stand.
That would be something you have to weigh the pros and the cons for that. Yeah. Also, you have to weigh how useful is it to get more people in prison if you risk going to prison by going there, then you have to make the decision. Okay, is it worth it to put more?
So you have to do a prison break.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you have to do a prison break because there's no other option anymore. Is there?
Yeah. But well, then you have to. That's a whole different thing, and that's not within the philosophy of Greenpeace, because the philosophy of Greenpeace is always to be peaceful and to try to change things in society without force and with force. But
I don't really think that,
violent
because
force and without.
I think the statement of Greenpeace is to do anything for nature.
Yes, but
I thought they would put boats in front of other boats to stop them.
Yeah, but that's
in the early days, in the first days of Greenpeace, they really made a stand by putting boats in front of boats. And nowadays they don't really do it, because one time in Russia it goes mistake and nobody dares again. Everyone is waiting. That's what we do, and this is a nice thing.
But what are you trying to say with that?
I think we should make a stand by doing other deeds and acts.
Okay.
Stronger deeds and acts.
Then join us. Then you can.
So let me enjoy that vibe and let me bring it down. Right now I'm on a Friday thing. Yeah, what's up that speaker box? You wanna see those protest club? You wanna act like protest club?